Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Bake Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday night. It's been a day, as usual. As if that was any different from any other day. It's been a day. Well, sleep deprived and all, I went to that 8 o'clock appointment this morning. And I got my yarn here. This is some of that Feels Like Butter yarn that I showed y'all yesterday that was in Ziplocs in my scrap box. And this is the lilac. We talked about, I talked, y'all listened. Y'all watched, rather. The colors that I had for this polyester yarn would make a good baby blanket. Well, Axel's my baby, so Axel gets the blanket. So, but after working with this polyester yarn for a few minutes, I have two big old skeins of this in that, I think it was at 500 yards or something. 590 yards. So close to 1,100 yards. No, close to 1,200 yards that I have over there. And then I have some down here in the Ziploc. Well, I'm going to use most of the yellow and the blue, and I'm just going to use this one little cake of this purple, and then the rest I'm going to use yellow and blue in his blanket. And I think I'm going to make me something to wear with this yarn, because it is plushy. It is so wonderful. They got it appropriately named, that's for sure. But anyway, so I went to this appointment and I was 15 minutes early because I used GPS to get there, and it took me a back way that avoided a bunch of lights and stuff, and got me there much quicker than I thought, because I was a little worried, because I had to be there at 8 o'clock and I didn't leave my house until 20 after 7, and I just know that I was going to hit traffic and it was going to put me late. But nope, that little shortcut that GPS took me, I was there in 10 minutes flat. So I didn't eat or drink. Well, I put my Diet Mountain Dew in my Yeti cup, which I promptly left in the van. I don't take my Yeti cup into places that I'm going in because it's a $42 cup. And I'm forgetful. And I will tend to leave my stuff places if I'm not careful. That's why I don't typically take a purse places, because I don't like to have to remember to wear that have that purse with me at all times. So I just carry things in my pockets. So I don't typically take a purse. I just carry my little wallet and my keys and my phone. I wear pants or shorts in this case with pockets that are big enough to put my things in, and off I go. And I was feeling a little coughy, so I took my inhaler with me, because for some reason lately, ever since I did this rearranging of my yarn and inhaled all that dust, my breathing's been a little on the iffy side. My COPD's acted up a little bit. So not to the point where I need a breathing treatment, just unexplainable coughing spells that I have to grab the inhaler for. So I just took it with me. I've been taking it with me, at least until the dust works its way out of my system. I'm assuming that's what it is. I don't know what else it could be. But I got properly overwhelmed at that appointment, because there's 2 different kinds of bariatric surgery. The strawberry water in here this time. As if there would be anything else in there at this time of night. There's the gastric bypass, And then there's the gastric sleeve. I know some of y'all might have had this surgery before, but Dr. Barnes, Dr. James Barnes, who comes highly recommended by my doctor, who is Dr. William Gibson, who apparently has the nickname of Butch, because when I was talking to Dr. Barnes about, he asked me who referred me, and I said my regular GP, Dr. William Gibson, and he said, "Oh, Butch," and I was like, "What?" I had never heard that he had this nickname, but apparently my doctor's nickname is Butch. If you saw my doctor, you would be like, "No, your doctor's nickname is Gorgeous." Yeah. He's extremely handsome and very kind, and a father of 5. Yeah. I think they're Catholic or something. I don't know, but yeah, they have a lot of children. But he's a good guy. His mom sometimes works in the office there, and she's a real sweet pea. I've been going there, I guess, going on 3 years now. 2.5, something like that. And he takes real good care of me. He was instrumental in me being able to get my disability last year, and I'm just super grateful. So, but apparently Dr. Barnes prefers to do the gastric bypass. He's of the opinion that the gastric sleeve is not as successful as the gastric bypass. And he said that more people are successful with the bypass than the sleeve, because with the sleeve your stomach can still get big again, and with the gastric bypass surgery, it changes the way that your body treats calories. You don't absorb all the bad calories that you did before. With the sleeve, you still can eat sugar and have it not mess with your stomach, and in other words, it's just a temporary fix with the sleeve thing, unless you follow the letter of the law as far as the diets and all the medical advice that you're supposed to follow. I do have a little bit of knowledge as far as that goes, because a young lady that I know that I'm no longer socialized with had the sleeve surgery, and it was pretty well wasted on her, because she was not following. I mean, no sooner she had it, she was still eating whatever she wanted to eat, and I was just shaking my head going, why did you bother to go have that surgery when, you're just doing whatever you want to do? It didn't surprise me that she did that, because her mother that I used to work with at AT&T did a similar thing, because her mother had the gastric bypass surgery in 2009, right before we went to work for AT&T, because we were in the same training class. And I want to say her mother lost a couple 100 pounds, but over time, she gained every bit of it back, or a lot of it back. She gained a good 70 or 80 pounds of that back, and was now eating whatever she wanted to. And just from the information I got today, and this research that I've done since I got home, I have to break up with food. I have to break up with pasta. I have to break up with mashed potatoes or potatoes of any kind. I have to break up with rice. Sweets, of course, which I pretty much, had no problem doing, because I've cut, way back on sweets already. So giving them up is not going to be a real hard problem with me, because I'd already cut way back on them anyhow to try to get my sugar under control so that I didn't have to take medication for diabetes. I didn't want to take the metformin. I was pretty strong in my mind that I didn't want to take metformin, so I just cut most of the sugar out of my diet and been controlling my, sugar with my diet. And as of last week, when John and I went to the doctor, my doctor told me my sugar was completely under control, and I was good. So the fact that, if I have the gastric bypass, I won't be able to really eat sugar because it will upset me in my stomach. It will make me nauseous and throw up. And plus it also acts like a laxative. It just goes straight through you, basically. That is okay. I have no problems cutting out sugar. None. So I already drink diet Mountain Dew and sugar-free flavored water. I'm already doing that. So the only big problem that I'm really struggling with is that with the gastric bypass surgery, you can no longer take ibuprofen or Aleve. You have to take like Tylenol, because NSAIDs or anti-inflammatory medicines like that, they could cause ulcers. So, and I have a lot of chronic pain, and that's how I deal with my chronic pain, is I alternate between Aleve and ibuprofen. So I'm like, and it's been my experience that my pain laughs at Tylenol. Tylenol is like nothing. It does nothing for me. So they said there's some prescription stuff that they can give me to help me get through until the enough weight comes off that it takes care of the inflammatory, the things that are inflamed. But some of the videos that I watched when I got home basically said that once you start eating what is what they tell you to eat and everything, and watching what you eat and everything, that you won't need the ibuprofen and the Aleve, that the things you were taking it for will soon not be an issue. So so I'm like, okay, well that sounds good. That sounds good. But because to be perfectly frank, about halfway through his seminar this morning, I was ready to walk out, because I got to go on the 4th of August and have a scope put down my throat so that he could check out my stomach. I don't like that. I don't like the thought of that. And I'm not a person who likes change. I don't like this at all. It's just like, are you serious right now? So Johnny's like, Mom, I'll do whatever you want to do. And Johnny's like, because we had all our meals planned out for this next week. We had all our meals planned out. The sides, because we usually fix like, a meat and a side and a vegetable, sometimes a vegetable. But we have like a baked chicken and shells and cheese, or pasta salad, or mashed potatoes, or something like that. And that's usually what we have. Nothing terribly complicated, because I just keep things simple for John when he cooks. So he cooks the most simplest thing. And he's like, should I still cook spaghetti this week? And I was like, yeah. He said, but you can't eat the pasta. And I was like, no, but you can. Because he put me on a diet that I have to drink like something similar to Slim Fast for breakfast and lunch. And then I can have a meat and a vegetable for dinner. No starches, no pasta, no mashed potatoes, rice, none of that. I could eat a meat and a vegetable, or a salad. And I could only eat salad with light Italian dressing, no ranch. So, yeah, he's got your girl on lockdown. I can't. So now I got to go tomorrow, and I got to be on a diet pill. So I got to go turn in a prescription for a diet pill. And I got to buy some Slim Fast or some sort of protein shake to drink. So I'll be drinking, and of course, if you have the surgery for the first undetermined amount of time, you're drinking your food anyway, because you'll have a stomach about yay big. So you'll be on a liquid diet for I don't know how long. But I'm just gonna have to pray about it, because I don't know. But the more I watched some videos of some people that had the gastric bypass surgery, some YouTubers, and then these are more recent videos. One gentleman out of Maryland, and he's a bit on the flamboyant side, but he was very real and very transparent with his experience, and said that he had that some of the things that other people had, other complications that other people had, he did not have, because he followed the doctor's direction and did what he was supposed to do. He said, but he had some other complications that other people didn't have. He said, but he said the longer I go and the more I just push through, he said the symptoms are less and less. He said what, and he said, would I do it again? He said absolutely, because it was been, if I remember correctly, I think it's been a couple of years since he did it, and he's lost over 200 pounds. So and what I found interesting is his channel is a cooking channel. He's a chef. He puts out recipes and stuff on his channel, and I'm like, how do you do that when you can't eat that much of that stuff, And I watched his 4th of July one, and it had pasta on it, and he ate some of it, and I was like, well, I guess once you get further along down the road, you can eat a little pasta, but a very little pasta, because he just ate just a couple of bites of it, just to taste test his recipe and tell him how good it was. But I was like, I don't know. But I have to lose 30 pounds before I can get the surgery. So that's why I have to, tonight is like the last night I can have ice cream. Last night I can have potato chips. And I just bought a bag of Lay's Lyman chips. Have y'all ever had those? Oh, I like them a lot. They're called Lyman, and they have the flavor of lime, because I like the flavor of lime a lot. I even put lime juice over my tacos because I just like it that much. Not lemon, lime. I like the flavor of lime a lot. But they said that with gastric bypass you can eat fruit. Natural sweetener like fruit is fine. It's the artificial sweeteners and sugars and stuff that is like a no-go with your stomach. So I'm like, okay. But that whole scope down my throat, I'm really anxious about, and I gotta have a mental health evaluation. So and I guess fixing the AC in the van just got pushed back, even though it's not that big a deal, because I don't drive it enough to really worry about that. It still works. The AC still works in the van. It just doesn't get very cold. So it's good that I don't drive it much, because, but if I was getting ready to go on a long trip and was going to be in and out of it a lot, then that might be a different story. But no more than I drive it. The whole fixing of the air conditioning can wait, because I got the light bill in today, in my email that is, and it's gone up $100. I haven't gotten the water bill in yet, so I don't know how that's going to be, but the light bill went up $100. And now, even though we got groceries and planned our meals out, I have to go now and buy protein shakes and plan out separate meals from everybody else. So I have to go buy extra stuff for a diet that I didn't plan on being on. So there's that. Because, you know, I want to live past 50. So I guess I will just break up with food like I did with dating. I gave up dating. So, you know, I guess if I can give up dating, I can give up using food as a coping mechanism, right? Yeah. Food will just be a means to, you know, survive, and not a means to comfort myself or make myself happy like it has been in the past. It will be a means to just survive and sustain myself, as it should be. So I'm just hoping that this doesn't, I don't know. He just moved. The doctor seems to be moving kind of fast for me. I go in for this scope, and then, I don't know. I go back in a month. So we'll see if me changing my diet to this bare bones diet that he wants me to be on, if I can lose 30 pounds that way. I don't know. It's not going to be easy. I'm hoping I don't become a grouch. You know, some folks get grouchy when they can't have the food they want. And and I don't do well with change, so I'm hoping that, that's not going to be a problem, but you never know. I'm bipolar, by the way, for those of you that don't know that. So, and bipolar people, we don't typically do change very well. So all this is really kind of wrecking my brain. And I've been wrestling with it all afternoon. I did come home and take a nap after I ate something that I probably shouldn't have ate from Whataburger. I went to Whataburger and got me a biscuit and some gravy and some pancakes. I sure did. I said, if this is going to be my last day to eat, I'm going to eat well. almost like a last meal or something, Oh, my last day to splurge. Yeah. That's what it feels like. And then me and John had just bought us this big old gallon thing of ice cream. So I sure when I got up from my nap, I fixed me a shake. I put some almond milk in there and mixed it around and made it, slushy. And then I had some after supper too. I'm going out with a bang, y'all. And the killer part is that between last week and this doctor's office, I had lost 4 pounds. I don't know how I did that, but I did. 4 pounds. So it's doable. And I said something to the doc about not being able to do exercises because of my back and my legs, and he said weight is not lost in exercises. He said weight is lost in diet. I said, okay. We shall see. This yarn is fantastic. I don't know how come I hadn't crocheted with it before now. But I'm using a 6mm with it, and it's fine. My elbow is giving me a little fits. But that's probably because I've been tense all day. If I relax, it wouldn't be that way. Oh, we're up to 25 minutes. And I found me another tutorial that I liked for another top, but I'm not going to do the top like she does it. I'm going to kind of modify it. I'll keep y'all informed, of course. But it's a cute little top she makes. She makes a cute little summer top. It's for a skinny person, but I'm gonna modify it to where, cause I like the way she makes the front panel, but then she makes the back panel kind of backless, and then put some little frilly edges on the bottom and frilly and ruffles on the sleeves and stuff. I'm gonna make the back panel almost the same as the front panel, and put it together that way, where it's an actual tank top. I think that would work just fine, because the way she did it was so simplistic that I could get it no problem. So I'm just not going to do it the way she did it, because she, obviously wanted it to be a slender person's top with the back being out and all that crop top business and everything. But I seen the possibilities in it, being able to completely change it. But at least it was a good starting point. But that's about what I got so far of this granny square blanket that I'm going to make Axel with this polyester yarn. This yarn is wonderful, but this chair is not that comfortable to crochet in. It's not that comfortable a chair to begin with. I thought it would be, but I don't sit here that much. And I just found more scrap yarn at the bottom of my desk that didn't get put in the box. This was a Momente cake that got frogged out of a project, and it's all jacked up. I got another cake in the same colorway, but the cakes have been all kind, I don't know. It's all here. It's just part of it's in the, I'll show y'all. Part of it's in the, wrapped around the middle of the cake like that. And then part of it's in a ball like that. So, and then I have another cake that hadn't been touched in this. I forget what color is it. What color, if I could find it. The color is called Desert Vista. It's beautiful yarn. It really is. It's I want to say, yeah, it's 58% cotton and I guess 42% acrylic. Yeah. But if you could feel the cotton content in it. And I got the Momente in, where is it? Right there. And another color. This is the glacier color, which is of course like a turquoise color. And I'm going to make me a top in that at some point. It's got like a purple in the middle though. You see that? It's like a purple in the middle. But it's beautiful. I think I'm going to need to get 2 more cakes of it to make sure I have enough yardage. Because they have 437 yards, but I don't think 2 cakes is enough. And then there's this puzzle cotton. I want a sweater out of this. This is like super, super light. I'm gonna make me a winter sweater out of this. And this one's got 349 yards. And I got 3 of these, but I think I'm gonna need 3 more. And this is colorway First Bloom. I'm gonna order me 3 more of these. And so that I can have enough for a sweater. I'm gonna make me a sweater. I might make a cardigan with it, like a jacket sweater. But it's got all different colors. It's got some pink in there, see? But it's really pretty. It's got turquoise. It's got like a really pale turquoise in there somewhere. But I think this will work up real light, really light. But I'm gonna do a solid. I think I'll do a solid hexagon sweater with this one, and not the granny stitch sweater. I think I'll do the solid one, and use this, and make me a nice cardigan for winter or fall. I think it'll be nice and light and not too heavy. So just enough to keep my arms warm but not burn me up, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna do something with a garment worthy of this, because that's what I've been holding on to this. I wasn't sure how much yardage I was gonna need, and who knows, I have this surgery. By the time I get around to making this, I might not need all 6. I'm gonna get 3 more of these, but I may not need all 6 of them by the time I get around to it. But I want to have enough of it just to be sure, because 3 of it I just don't think is gonna do it. I need at least 2 more. But with doing the solid hexagon instead of the granny stitch, it's going to take more yarn. I know from experience it's going to take more than 3. But I definitely am looking forward to doing that. And then I got this Hirschner's yarn back here, and this little cubby here. I got the Hirschner's Heather's color palette that I'm gonna make Johnny a sweater out of. That'd probably be. I gotta figure out a pattern. I may use one of Bagel Day's patterns for him for Christmas and make him a sweater for Christmas again. I don't know. I did discuss with one of my subscriber family members. That's what I've taken to calling y'all, by the way, subscriber family. She's gonna make Johnny a dragon, amigurumi dragon in green for Christmas. So I told her when it gets closer to Christmas just to email me and remind me, because I'm going to be paying her to do that. So I don't expect anybody to do that for free. No. But Johnny saw, he happened to walk through the room one time when I was watching Crystal, the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady, and she has a dragon pattern, and she had one of her this is when she was making dragons for her auntie or cousin or somebody, and he happened to see it, and he said, "Oh, those are so cool," and I was like, "Yeah, really cool." And so, you know, I got the distinct impression that he would like to have one. So I decided that, you know, if opportunity presented itself, I would get him an amigurumi dragon. So and I think Christmas is a good time to do that. Get him that. He got all kinds of games for his birthday this year, so I'm really not going to be looking at getting him games for his birthday, but maybe a few clothing items from regular store, and a sweater, another sweater, but a nicer sweater. I think I can do better than the one I made him last year. I know I can do better than that, so I'm going to do better than that. And hopefully he get just a regular pullover sweater that he can just wear. Just a regular pullover sweater is what I'm going to try to make him. Not that we leave the house too much, but he should have a nice pullover sweater to go somewhere. And I think I'll make it with the Hirschner's Heather's yarn. That's really nice yarn, and I think it's really sweater worthy. It reminds me of that what's that yarn by Lion Brand. It's really nice and soft, but it's kind of thin. The not Hometown, Heartland. It reminds me of Heartland yarn, but not as thin. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Heartland, but not as thin. So anyway, I have really talked for a very long time, so I'm gonna let y'all go. I hope y'all have a good Tuesday night. I do love y'all, and so does Jesus. And please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend could be waiting for you at the shelter or the rescue. And I'll see you again soon. Bye now.